Well, welcome back, everybody. What you're seeing here is off of a 99 Pontiac Sunfire. It's a master cylinder reservoir with the ABS, and somewhere inside this gem is a proportioning valve, supposedly. Now, Amazon will sell these, just the master cylinder and the reservoir, but not this whole thing here, whatever that's supposed to be. It's the ABS, and like I said, there's supposed to be a proportioning valve in there somewhere. But I'll just start off by saying I have no idea what the heck I'm doing here with this thing. I've researched it and researched it and researched it, and you can't buy this whole thing unless you find it used somewhere. I tried that off a scrap car we have out here. Pretty much did the same thing. Couldn't get the back brakes to bleed. They are drum brakes, so apparently there's a proportioning valve in here somewhere, like I said. What I'm going to try to do is get this cover off and see if there's any way we can separate this body from the master cylinder. I don't know if there is. I looked at it the other day. It's getting dark out now. There's like a little bolt in here, or nut in here. So I don't know. What I'm going to try to do is take all this plastic off if I can. There's two screws right here at the bottom. Maybe pop that off and see what the heck we got going on here. So let me grab a light. I am on the hood of my truck, but it's an oil truck. Who cares? That'll help a little bit. Of course, they're star. Couldn't be anything else. That thing is just gone. Alright, well, I'm going to go look for something to see if I can get these two screws out. If not, I might have to drill them out, but we're going to do this off camera instead of just wasting time. So we'll be back here in a minute. Well, we have some developments, as you probably can't see because it's dark out now. But after digging through my bag of tools and junk, I did find some star end bits for this, and I found one that works on these and one that works on these two down here. It's a little bit bigger. That one is completely stripped out. This one I have out now. This one is coming out, and this one seems to be stuck. So what I'm going to do is keep taking this one out and see what we have here next with the other one. See if we can't throw some penetrating fluid on it here. I know this is a struggle to see, but don't have a garage, and I'm doing the best I can with what I got. So yeah, this one is on there. So what we're going to do is grab some spray. All right. Down to my last two cans of that stuff. Alright, so we're going to try, and I had star bits for the socket set, but I cannot find them. And I remember now I lost them somewhere doing something. Imagine that. Ah. I don't think that came loose. Nope. Stripped it right out. Yeah. That is toast. Can't do two at once. Yeah, it's toast. I'm not even going to attempt it. Alright. Better look at this if you can. There's two screws in this thing. It's not really showing up on camera very well. And then there's two up here. 2 out of the 4 is out. I guess that ain't bad. I'm not doing as good as meatloaf though. But so we're 50-50. Hell, I don't know. I don't know. So the problem here is I got this white truck and the other truck I can be going back and forth between with tools and everything, and it's got everything a disorganized disaster, and I can't find some of my stuff. But having said that, I would have drilled these out because I'm not even going to use this anyway. But what I could do is maybe get a screwdriver in here, since I got a couple of these out, and pry it off and break it, get it out of there, and just go from there. I don't really care about this, so I don't know, scratching up my hood. But I think we're gonna do that. Just bust it open. Yeah, heck with it. Anyway, I'm going to do that off camera because it's not going to be very exciting, and the hood's going to be bouncing around and yada yada yada, whatever else. So I'm just going to do that off camera. We may or may not come back. If not, we'll come back at a different time. Maybe tomorrow and do it. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I have updates for you. After about destroying this part of the thing, the ABS part, of course these gears come out. This part here, this bottom, was the only part I really had to break. You can see right here, hopefully. I had to break this bottom part off because I couldn't get that screw out. So, and I did not notice there was 2 star bolts in there holding that whole mechanism on. I was prying and trying to get to this here, and I knew there had to be something in here, another bolt in here. I finally got to that, but I unfortunately broke all that whole ABS mechanism, which I guess that ain't unfortunate because I wasn't going to put it back on anyway. Excuse me. The plan is to get rid of this whole unit and try to just put 2 lines coming right off of the master cylinder, and then get a couple junctions and hook the 4 lines to those 2 junctions from 1/4 to 3/8 inch line. If I need to, I can get a proportion valve for the back brakes if needed, because they probably will lock up on me if you don't have that proportion valve. That's what one of its 2 jobs is for. The other is if you have a blown line, that rod and that proportion valve will move and shut that off so you don't lose all brake fluid you have, either fronts or backs, depending on which line you may burst. So that's where we're at. I got these 2 busted loose. I'm going to zip them off right now. And like I said, for the life of me, I cannot find this unit anywhere to replace this. I don't know if they just don't make it anymore or what the deal is, but I'm not really sure how this comes off now. I would have thought it would just pop right off. So with this system, my plan anyway, because not never having taken one of these apart before, my plan was to take this apart hoping that this you could screw a line into each one. This is where you're getting your flow from, right here. These two holes, there are no threads in there, so it doesn't look like this is going to work, unfortunately. So, and I never saw any videos on this anywhere, somebody taking one of these apart. But yeah, I do have another one of these laying around, and a master cylinder, both still together. I could try and use, but I don't know. You can't, it's hard to find this whole system. I think what I'm going to do now is try and recover as much of this brake fluid as I can, save it, and see what I can do here. I'll do some more research, see if there is a master cylinder for this car that you can just hook two lines to it here instead of this setup here. Like I said, there was no videos on it, and having just looked at pictures, it was a little bit difficult to understand, but I see now what they did and what's going on. Yeah, but there's not much information out there on these things. So. But this isn't going to work, obviously. This, in my opinion, this is really stupid design. None of this makes any sense. Well, I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Most vehicles have the ABS unit under the vehicle, like this truck here has it under on the frame. I don't know. It sucks the car has to sit there. Alright, that's going to end this one. Like I said, couldn't find much information on this. I decided to go ahead and take it apart, take the time to look at it, see if those threads were something I could use, but they turned out to be just the threads for the bolts to hold the two pieces together. So, not much else I can do. There's none of these really available anywhere that I've seen. I do have a spare one. I could try again if I wanted to down the road, but I think I'm going to can this experiment working on this Sunfire with this brake system. I do have an older Cavalier from the late 87, 88 Cavalier. Needs a brake line. So I think I might mess with that and see if we can get that going. So. But anyway, hopefully you like this video. If you do, thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you down the road. God bless you.